to my channel. My name is Heyllie for those that are new here, and I know that I've been probably gone longer than a year now, but she's back with you guys for another video. Today we're just gonna do a little sit down chit chat. We're gonna be covering college tips I wish I would have gotten, and also a rough guideline for your freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. If you guys are interested in watching this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and do not forget to turn your post notifications on, as YouTube will let you know when I upload another video. So without further ado, let's just go right into the video. So by starting this video, it is very important to start with basics and to focus on the big picture here. And the big picture here is to make sure that college is what you want. Do not let anybody make that decision for you. Do not think that college will help you figure it out. It can help you figure it out, but you have to have the will and power to go to college. Because let me tell you, college ain't cheap. So if let's just hope you're financially stable to do that and figure that out, because I wish I was. So important tips that you guys need to know is that you also need to be prepared about what you plan on majoring in, or what's your long-term goal. So for example, if I want to do veterinary medicine, you would most likely major in pre-med, biology, or chemistry, and so forth with whatever other major. I am a science major, so I can only speak for science majors. First thing that you need to do as soon as you move in is get to know the people around you, get to know your residential advisors, get to know your academic advisors, because that is crucial for your entire 4 years in college. One last and final tip is you need to mentally prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself, focus on what's in front of you, and do not panic. I was panicking so much that in that moving week that I was supposed to move in, I was freaking out, and I was honestly like, maybe college isn't for me, maybe I shouldn't move in, maybe I'm so attached to my family. I don't know about you guys, but I am. So just take it day by day. Don't freak out, don't panic, don't make a regretful decision right before moving in. So now I'm gonna cover very broad guideline, what would you call it? A very broad guideline for your freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. So let's start with freshman year. Most important things that you should focus on freshman year is finding your crowd, getting to know the people on campus, getting to know clubs and activities, sports, whatever you're interested in. Keep in mind that freshman year is probably the year that you want to keep yourself the most busy, just because you're new, you're fresh, you're full of energy, you have a lot to offer, and you might be homesick. Yes, that is the most important reason why you want to keep yourself busy. Homesick can get to a lot of people. Now let me tell you, I know, surprising, but I can't tell you guys how many people I've spoken to that have felt the same way. But we're here, we're thriving, and we're almost graduating. Something that you guys might want to look into. For me personally, I was involved in a sorority. Sororities have a bad reputation. Now, I know that many people want to think of sororities as partying sororities, social sororities, but sororities do ask you to do some community service. So that is very important, because you want to be as involved as you can in the community while you're in college. Now, I mention this because sororities have helped me personally feel involved. The sorority is where I got my real friends. The sorority is how I've met a lot of people. The sorority is how I was able to expand my small circle than when I first started. Now, touching bases on finding your major. Finding your major and knowing your advisor are two crucial things for freshman year. Freshman year is all about trying to figure out what you want to major in, what classes work best for you, what classes are you interested in, and your advisor plays a big crucial role into that. Now, you'll be given an advisor. I don't know how it works in other schools, but me, that it's a liberal arts school, they assign an advisor for you freshman year. And that advisor is just general advisor that will guide you to where you should go or where you want to be, depending on what you offer to them. So if you put on the table, I want to be in medicine. I'm interested in either being a doctor, being a pharmacist, being I can't think of anything else, but etc. So if that's what you have to offer to the table, well then it's so much easier for the advisor to be like, okay, these are the classes that you should be interested in and these are the classes that you need to take. Now, by no means am I trying to freak you guys out and try to tell you guys you need to know what you're gonna major in. I would either sit down with myself, either write some notes or talk to your parents and have them help you figure out what you want to major in. Now, this major doesn't have to be the major that you're gonna stick with, because that doesn't happen. And I will tell you guys, I came in college thinking I was gonna be a pre-vet. That's what I wanted to do. I love animals, and so I took zoology freshman year. I think it was freshman or sophomore year, and that was like a drawing point for me. I was like, nope, this is not what I want. Now, I know many people can say out there zoology is not even a glimpse of what pre-veterinary medicine is, but me personally, I just did not enjoy the class, so I was like, maybe this is not for me. Don't freak out, because that's why your advisors are there for you. Now, moving on to sophomore year. Sophomore year is, in my school, what the year that you declare your major. Some schools may declare the major freshman year, but I personally was given an entire year to kind of figure out what I want to do, what I wanted to major in, and then you declare it. By declaring it, you fill out a paperwork that literally says, I want to be a Spanish major, a pre-med major, a biology major, a biochemistry major, whatever major you decide to major in. And then based on that, I think it's towards the end of freshman year or the beginning of sophomore year, you will be given an advisor for that major. Now, that advisor's job is to guide you throughout your entire college experience and make sure that you get all the classes you need that are required for that major. So why do I emphasize to get to know your advisors? Is because if you don't have a good connection with your advisors, if you don't even know who they are, or if you personally do not seek their help, their advice, then what really are you doing to make sure that you're on track? Now, these advisors' job is just that, to guide you, to tell you what classes you need. And if you have anything that makes you uncomfortable, if you have a worry, if you have anything, you can come to them. And I'm sure all advisors will be willing to listen to you, hear you out, and give you some advice, either personal advice or professional advice. So, yes, not only are your academic advisors important, but also resource advisors. Now, these resource advisors covers, in my school, what it's called the core office, and that office helps you either build your resume, your cover letter. They help you get your LinkedIn professional picture taken. They help you with a whole bunch of areas. So now, these advisors are also important throughout your college experience because, like I mentioned before, they help you build your resume, they help you build your cover letter, anything that you will need for either grad school, a job, medical school, pharmacology school, any school, they will prepare you for that. If you are taking a gap year, or if you don't know what you want to do after you graduate, these are the people that you go to. These people are trained, they're professionals, and they will help you figure that out. Whether they'll give you options, whether you want to go to med school, whether you want to go to grad school, whether you just want to take a year off and then continue, or you just want to go straight into your job area. So these people are crucially important too. If you go to your academic advisor, your general advisor, or just pretty much, I'm sure any upperclassman will tell you where you can find these places. So moving on to your junior year. Your junior year is a year that you should start either freaking out or settling down. Now, what I mean by freaking out is either you're applying to med school, you're applying to grad school, or you're kind of looking into jobs if you plan on just going straight into the work area. Now, why is junior year important? For those people that are just entering college, then you are very familiar with the process. For those people that are already in college, you might remember the process, but the process in which you were looking into applications your junior year of high school, you were seeking advice for what colleges you should go to, you were going to these colleges, looking at them, taking tours. This is the year in college that you should be doing that for whatever your future holds, whether that's graduate school, whether that's in a research field, whether that's a job, or finally med school, pharmacology school, nursing school, all that stuff. So I don't want to go too much in depth about it, but this is a year that either you're taking your MCAT, you're taking an exam, or you're doing interviews. This is all the year that you should be worrying and getting your stuff together. We're moving on to senior year. Now, senior year is the year that you kind of get to settle. You kind of like, okay, I have my things in plan. You're either still interviewing, if it requires whatever you're doing, a second, a third interview. But this is a year that you're like, you figured it out, you're done with your research, and you know what you want. Sometimes it's not always the case. Sometimes you're like, I'm freaking out, I don't know what I want to do after college. Some people wait until then, and some people is me, believe me. So don't freak out. Life will give you what you deserve. That is the motto for today's video. That is the purpose of today's video, is that no matter what happens, no matter how fast life goes, life will give you what you deserve as long as you put the time and effort into it. So this motto I live by and I live for, because not only is it important for you to remember not to stress yourself out. If you had a plan and it doesn't go according, don't cry about it, don't get sad about it, don't think that life ends there, because life continues and life will give you what you deserve as long as you put the work into it. Senior year is basically the year that you have to just make sure that you're on track, make sure that you have all the classes that are required for your major and potentially to graduate. Now, all these guidelines for freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior year, you should be tracking and you should be making sure that all your classes are aligning with the major in order to graduate senior year. Advisors help you do this, but it's not just the advisor's job to do that for you. You have to put in that work. You have to make sure that you're taking the classes that you need, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and insert a video here of me scrolling through what we call a program evaluation for my school. I'm sure all schools have it. It might be under a different name. It might just be under, I have no idea. But personally, it is called a program evaluation. This program evaluation includes all the courses that you have taken. And this is from your freshman year all the way to your senior year. This program evaluation is important because it helps you keep track of the classes that you need for that major, the requirements for your school, and finally, making sure that you have everything aligned. Now, this is the most crucial part of your job in the entire college experience. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. It is very important because this is what helps you graduate. Another thing that you might be doing your senior year, this might vary among different schools, but in my school, your senior year is the year that you do research. Keep in mind that some advisors or some professors will come up to you and ask you to do research within their own lab. Anytime before that, I know a girl within my sorority that she started sophomore year of her college and she's been working in that lab ever since. And thanks to that, she was able to conduct her proposal based on that research that she did. Now, there are 3 different types of research that you can do for your final senior research project. And this involves either you have to propose a type of research, you can do an internship, or you can work with an advisor, a professor that will help you come up with that data. So let's cover the first bullet point, which is the proposed research. This class is a class that I took personally just because I didn't do any research with a professor. I didn't get an internship during college. Not a big problem because you can always do an internship after college, and that internship can help you build your resume. So proposed research class, basically what you do, you just read a whole bunch of articles, research articles, full articles, peer-reviewed journal articles. And these articles, you're supposed to have at least like a minimum of 15, according to my school again. And what you do is you read background knowledge, research proposed previously about that topic that you're covering, just to kind of generalize yourself, know what you are looking for, search for what you're looking for. That's what I was trying to say. And that will help you put together a proposal as a whole. Now, the purpose of this class is to prepare you for research in grad school. And this is very helpful because you kind of have general knowledge about it. Another thing, it also helps you find and do your own research. So if I covered ovarian cancer, I'm going to read as many articles as I can about ovarian cancer. Now, this does not mean you only read 15 articles. No, you're going to end up reading like 50 to 100, even more articles. And you just kind of pinpoint them down, you narrow them down, and just use the ones that are necessary for your project. Second bullet point is an internship. Now, an internship, you can go to those resource advisors. Those resource advisors are also there to help you find an internship if you need one or if you don't know how to. There are also other people that will reach out to you or reach out to your professors, and they will email you internship opportunities. So keep an eye out on that. Third bullet point is to work closely with a professor. And this option is for those people that are gonna work in a lab setting with a professor that they already know what the research project is. They already know what they're looking for. The only thing is you're just kind of like a lab help, and you're also there to help them, guide them. Not guide them, but more like give them tips or give them a fresh eyes, new viewpoint, different perspective, etc. So these are the three things, the three options that you could do for a senior research. Maybe not all schools require it, but probably if you go to a liberal arts school or at some point in college, it might require you to propose something. So that is that. And that concludes our video for today. If you guys are interested on more tips, if you want me to narrow down more specifics on any topics that I covered today, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Share it, subscribe, comment, turn your post notifications on. And if you guys are even interested on makeup, if you guys would like to see me do my makeup while I'm talking about these things, I'm more than happy to. Whatever works best for you guys, whatever you guys leave me in the comment section down below, I will go ahead and work with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see